You are watching On Demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Today on your Loose Women Live, it's Ruth Langsford, Colleen Nolan, Janet Street Porter and Frankie Bridge.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, and welcome to you at home. It is your Tuesday's Loose Women, and it's nice to have your company today. We're going to keep it short and sweet for you today, just 30-minute show. So, yeah, we've got a lot to pack in, so we better get on with it. Coming up with news that the Miss England beauty pageant could be bringing back its controversial swimwear round. We've got a cracker of a debate for you on that one. Also, after Alan Carr admitted that he got Adele in his marriage breakup, we're asking if exes can ever share mutual friends. And forget tall, dark and handsome, there's a new heartthrob in town. It's the Cinnamon Roll Man. Yes. Have you heard of him? This is someone who's sweet and mushy on the inside. Question is, would you actually date him? Find out which one of us is more of a mixed buffet kind of woman. Yeah. Obviously, we're starting today. Everybody's talking about this, all the newspapers, all the news channels. This is the massive search and rescue effort which is now underway in the North Atlantic after a submersible, which was exploring the wreck of the Titanic, went missing on Sunday. The vessel has 5 people on board and it lost contact an hour and 45 minutes into the dive. It's been reported that rescuers have only until Thursday before their oxygen supply runs out on the submersible. I can hear people gasping, and it is such a shocking, awful, horrific situation. Hard to know what to say. I mean, it's almost like the most terrible film, isn't it? And you go, this can't be real. This can't be real. But sadly, Janet, it is real. You know, there will be families now, 5 people on board. There will be families waiting for news. Lots of the experts who I've heard being interviewed this morning saying it'll be an extremely difficult rescue operation because it's so deep, and this submersive was built from titanium specifically to go to this depth where the Titanic wreckage is. So it's not looking or sounding good, but we live in hope.
Not. I don't want to appear heartless, but I do think that the people who are on board will have understood the risks, because this kind of trip is a new kind of tourism which we've seen in space trips and now underwater trips, and you know, people scaling most highest mountains in the world. Only the richest people in the world can afford this kind of tourism.
I mean, I think it's about
£195,000 a person. Of course, that doesn't diminish the pain and anguish that their families are going through, but I fully believe that the people that decided to go on these trips will have, you know, their families would have been aware of the risks involved. And then at the end of the day, think about the Titanic. 1,500 people died on that boat, and it is a graveyard. So once again, I question the morality of spending all that money to go and look at a graveyard. But, you know, everybody's obsessed with the Titanic, and they've never stopped it.
Fascination, Frankie, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. You know, my kids are about 2 years apart at school, and they've learnt about the Titanic one after the other. And they have, you know, it's hard to get anything out of your kids at school. What did you do, Shay? I don't know, can't remember. But with the Titanic, for some reason, they've both come home at different ages, telling me all about it, asking me loads of questions, like genuinely interested in it, wanting me to build things like the Titanic. So, like, it's weird how people do end up with this big obsession around it, and I don't really know what it is.
Well, I know that the Titanic experience in Belfast is hugely popular. I mean, it is the story of the Titanic was built in Belfast, but Colleen, just the most horrific situation. Just thinking of 5 people in this tiny submersible.
I mean,
they're
can you
saying
imagine the
they're
panic
estimating their air supply. They've only got until Thursday. The experts are saying.
Absolutely. So you can't even imagine what they're thinking down there. Do you know what I mean? And knowing that they must know the risks and that they're going to run out of air. And I think it's just hard to
comprehend. And the fact that it was them visiting or trying to see the Titanic, and now that's gone down as well. It's something, if you saw it in a movie, you'd go, well, that's a bit unbelievable. And yet here it is. And I don't care how much money you've got or whatever, you know, we all take risks. We take risks getting on a plane. We all know what the risks are, but it doesn't stop us getting on a plane, and it's still tragic when something happens.
Yes. Well, let's hope that the Titanic doesn't claim 5 more lives.
Or let's
obviously.
hope that people don't put their lives in danger trying to rescue them too, because they're people doing a job that they're paid, you know, a lot less money for doing.
I mean, obviously, as I said at the beginning, you know, it's 5 people, 5 families, obviously, will be extremely worried and desperate to have news. Obviously, if we hear anything during the programme, any update, we will let them know. But obviously, our thoughts are with those people's families today. Other news, 14 years after they banned it, organisers of the Miss England beauty pageant are considering bringing back the swimwear round. So that would mean that we haven't seen the bikini on stage, or this would be the first time we see it again since 2009, I think. But they actually have something, don't they, called the Beach Beauty Round. So they still have something called Beach Beauty, but they don't parade. They have to and it's optional. They just submit a photograph. So I can imagine, look at Janet's face.
What's the point
What do you
of the
think,
submission
Janet?
of the
Because there was a
photograph?
big hoo-ha about it when they banned it, wasn't there?
Yes. I've written loads of stuff over the years criticising beauty pageants. I just don't get the point of a swimwear round. I mean, just explain to me, am I a bit thick or something? How do you judge a woman in a swimsuit? Do you say, oh, I'm giving her 10 out of 10 because it fits really well, or I'm giving it 10 out of 10 because it's a lovely colour? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a very superficial thing. And personally, I don't think it's good for feminists. I don't think it's taking with the body confidence any further. I mean, if you were to tell me that at the end of this competition, someone with a body like Lizzo, for example, had won it, I'd be going, great. But somehow, I doubt it.
Well, I think I have to say, my daughter-in-law, Maddie, she is Miss Manchester.
She is.
And yes. And there she is. And she enters Miss GB and all the things all year. She's done it for years and years and years and absolutely loves it. And the camaraderie between those girls is incredible. I thought, because I've never understood it like you, but now I've met a lot of the girls, I thought, oh, it's going to be bitchy, it's going to be hot. They're not bitchy at all. They all really are passionate, not about walking on stage and going, judge me because I'm beautiful. I mean, I got some facts off her today just because I don't know, but the Miss GB girls alone raised 60 grand last year for the charities. The current Miss Universe is an engineer. The last Miss England was a doctor, and Maddie is into financial technology, and the reigning Miss London is a scientist from Middlesex. These aren't just dumb beauty queens.
Yeah, there is that
They believe in the
perception that
they're just dumb beauty girls, and that's all they've got, and they haven't. And the one thing I'm really impressed about, which you've mentioned, as far as the swimwear goes, it's not like it used to be. There is girls there. Maddie's a size 12. And it used to be like if you were a size 8 and you weren't 6 foot, you wouldn't even be... There she is on stage. And, you know, there's a girl behind her there that's, you know, a slightly bigger girl. And they see it as promoting body confidence.
Well, size 12, Colleen, is not even the national average.
But
the
it is,
national
but there's
average
girls in
size
there
is
that are...
16.
Yeah, but there's girls in there that are 16, size 16. I've met one of them, and their attitude is, whatever size you are, there's girls in there that are size 8. It's all about them promoting their own body confidence.
Janet, 'cause the thing is, you say about feminism and empowerment, I don't feel strongly about it either way, only because what I mean, I'm not sitting on the fence. I just think it's their choice.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about empowering women is to have choice. Like, if you want to walk up and down in your swimsuit and let people judge you for whatever reason, that's your choice. That's empowerment.
Yeah,
to
they're
me.
not forced to do it. They know what they're signing up
I
for.
agree with all of you, but I think when Colleen tells me that one's an engineer, one's a doctor, I just think that someone in a swimsuit being a doctor isn't going to encourage girls in secondary school to sign up to be a doctor.
Well, it
it's
might,
more
it might,
likely to encourage them to sign up to be in a beauty
That's
contest.
not the point of it, though, either, is it? And, like, I know someone that was Miss England, and it's completely changed her life, and she loved every second of it. So I think it's like, yes, it's not your thing, but, I mean, it's
Well, I
some
was
people
reading,
think
Well,
they enjoy it and they get a
I
lot
was
out
reading
of
an
it.
article about a former Miss something, I can't remember which one, apologies if you're watching, and she had been in a very abusive relationship, and she had a partner who hated her going out, hated her wearing anything vaguely revealing, and she said, actually, getting into beauty pageants and getting her confidence, and she said the other girls were amazing.
Amazing.
And she said eventually being able to walk down the catwalk in a swimsuit for her was empowering. She
And
said
for
it was
other
like
women who are going
taking
through
the-
what she's gone through,
Yes.
for
Yeah,
her
but-
to be able to tell her story after that, it gives women hope to go, I can get out of this situation.
Yeah.
You know, they do a lot of charity work for really, really good causes all around the world. You know, it's not just
God,
about...
Jenna, I'll let you have the last word. Go on.
We're not going to agree here.
Absolutely don't think that's the best way to raise money for charity.
Well, it
I
is, because
think-
they've raised a lot of money.
Yeah, they have raised 60,000. That's not that much.
Oh!
Sorry.
Do you know what?
Sorry.
Do you know what? Wait for your response while I just say we're going to take a break. And after that, we're going to be talking about relationship breakups with friends.
Who are we going to go with?
Who are we going to get custody?
You
Do you
can
want
have her.
Colleen or just... Yeah, who would you fight for? Custody of a close friend. We've got very strong opinions on that. See you right after this. Go on, continue.
Oh, we love it.
Hello, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Loose Women. Now, still to come, forget Christian Grey from 50 Shades. There's a new heartthrob in town.
Oh.
Yes. It is Cinnamon Roll Man. Sweet and mushy on the inside.
Oh, rude. Oh.
Anyway, question is, would a cinnamon roll man float your boat? Would
Well, he's
you
floated
date it?
yours.
He's floated mine today, just because I'd like to eat it. That's right. Find out which one of us actually prefers the sausage roll kind of guy. Before we do any of that, I must say, actually, Frankie, because I haven't seen you, but you did your trek, didn't
Yeah.
you, for the Copperfield
Copperfield,
charity?
yeah.
Which is the second time you've done this.
It is, yeah. So it's a breast cancer charity trying to encourage everyone to check their boobs. And I did one a couple of years ago in the Himalayas, and it's really special. You get to all hang out, you get to know each other. Obviously, you get to conquer something that's really hard and difficult. But actually, this year we did Hadrian's Wall. I was team captain again. But my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer this year, so it seemed even more relevant to me this year. And it's kind of a team you don't really want to be a part of, you know, but it's one that so many people are part of that cancer's touched their family or friends in some way. And
Did you
it's
find
just...
it harder, or was it more poignant for you?
Yeah, it was, yeah. I had one day where I was really emotional and everyone just kind of rallied round. I'm meant to be there. I go up and down the team as we walk in, encourage everyone, hear their stories. And actually one day I just had a good cry and one of the girls from my team just found me and gave me a massive hug. And it's amazing how 28 complete strangers can become so tight and you leave feeling so heard, so listened to. And, you know, it's really inclusive. You've got people there that are still having treatment or have just finished treatment or have stage 4 cancer. We had a girl on our team that has cerebral palsy and she managed to do 6K with her sister, which was just amazing, seeing people come together, carry a wheelchair over a fence.
incredible.
And it was insane. So it's something I'll definitely do again, but it's one of those things that's so difficult and so great. So
Well, well done, you.
thank you.
Well done.
Well done to my team.
Yeah, I mean, well done, everybody.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody, on that trek. We've got a competition for you now, so this is your chance to win a mammoth £250,000. It's an amazing opportunity. Here's Andy with all the details.
We're celebrating one of the biggest prizes of the year so far. I've got £250,000 to give away. £250,000 could be in your bank account. Someone's going to win that money, and it really could be you. So I've been out and about to ask people, what would you spend the money on?
Oh my gosh, I would go on a Caribbean holiday. I would probably have a new car and treat the family.
The first thing I would spend it on would be a lovely holiday and treat all the family, my son and my daughter and 2 grandchildren. And I would go somewhere hot and sunny and think about how I would spend the money.
Oh, we'd love to do some more travelling, and it would be brilliant to find a place that we could just call our own. Yeah, a nice little villa somewhere, perhaps.
So, would a new holiday home be at the top of your list, or is it that brand new kitchen that you've always dreamed of? It could all be possible with £250,000. Someone's going to win it, and it could be you. And don't forget, if you enter this week, you'll also be in with the chance of winning this week's bonus prize, a camper van worth more than £87,000. For another chance to win £250,000, text cash to 82248. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message, or go to the website. Entries cost £2. You can call 09068 782248. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge, or post your name and phone number to Van25, PO Box 7558, Derby, DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on Friday the 7th of July. Make sure you enter before 4 p.m. on Friday the 23rd of June for a chance to win the camper van. Good luck.
Yes, good luck. Thank you very much, Andy. Now, Alan Carr has revealed that he and his ex-husband, Paul, have split everything, including their celebrity friends. Alan says he got custody of Adele, something Paul wasn't too happy about. But it's an interesting thing, though, Colin, isn't it? Because when we talk about divorce or breakups, people go, oh, he's having the house and the furniture and the thing. But it's quite difficult when it comes to friends. If you've got mutual friends, people feel a bit torn and don't know how to deal with it.
But I think it works itself out, because I think it's not a case of... I mean, it depends on the circumstances of the divorce, but if it's kind of an amicable divorce, you know, I never said to friends, right, if you stay friends with him, we can't be friends. But some friends that I met through like, when I met my husband, and then I met the friends who'd been there years, of course, when we split up, they're going to stay friends with your partner, you know, and equally with me. You know, I've had friends that have gone through. But there you miss
and go,
there was a couple that I missed when me and Shane first split up. We had two great friends of ours, and actually, in the end, they didn't stay kind of friends with either of us. They just kind of went off, and I miss them a lot. But with my divorce from Ray, we've got two friends, Nick and Paul, and they've stayed. I mean, we've been friends for like 15, 16 years now, and me and Ray met them at the same time, and they will be friends for life now with both of us. So I think it just depends on the split.
I think if you met at the same time, but my friends that I've had for years before I knew Eamon, I expect loyalty.
Yeah, but I think they would be.
No, but you know, so I think if it's and the same with them. You know, if they split up with their partners, my not loyalty, but you know, I would just naturally gravitate towards them because they were my friends first. I do think it's hard for people when you've got mutual friends and they like both of you and they feel a bit torn. Like, oh, if I go to dinner with Janet, will he think that we're ignoring him? If we go for dinner there, will Janet be cross with me?
Well, I arrive with a lot of friends, and when I get married to someone, they've got friends. But when we get divorced, I don't necessarily want to know their friends. But, shock, I think my friends are like Premier League friends.
Like my friends are better than your friends.
But the truth is that my friends have got the choice, haven't they? It's all down to them. I mean, when you split up with someone, I think it's really hard for friends. They go, oh, I don't want to take a side and I really like both of you. And I always go, it's fine by me. And generally, when I split up with people, it only takes about 6 weeks before we're talking again. That's the embarrassing phase for your friends. And then once you're all talking, and you kind of blend along, and it all works itself out.
I suppose it depends how you split up, why you split up. There's so many nuances to it. But just friends, if you're watching, Team Ruth, all right? Just actually, let's stay with romance, because for years, the lead man in romantic novels has always been, you know, stereotypically tall, dark and handsome, but not anymore, because there is a new type of heartthrob in town. I spoke about him earlier. There he is. Look, he's all soft and squidgy.
Oh, you love getting your buns out on telly, don't you?
I love getting my buns out on telly. Let me tell you why. OK, so Cinnamon Roll is a sweet, innocent person. They're warm, Janet, open, comforting to be around.
They sound like wet flannel.
Colleen, would you date a Cinnamon Roll man?
Well, do you know what? I haven't dated a cinnamon roll man. I've only ever dated a bit of a rock cake. And that's always been my type up until now. And now I have the most gorgeous cinnamon roll man who I wouldn't change for the world.
Oh, interesting.
And for all those reasons.
You did wrap him in
kindness,
tin foil a couple of times, didn't you?
I did wrap him in cling film about 4 times and then got him back out again.
Well,
But
actually,
because it took me a while.
Frankie's actually eating her cinnamon roll.
I'm very much into cinnamon roll.
So you put him in the bread bin and got him out again?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I kept him fresh in cling film.
Now, there's another one. Frankie, there's another one.
Yeah.
There's another description. A golden retriever boyfriend or girlfriend, a significant other that is easygoing and makes it simple to maintain a happy and fulfilling
I'm
relationship.
100% a golden retriever.
Yeah.
100%.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're the nice one.
Actually, but also Louise...
Oh, you're the golden
you know,
retriever.
Yeah, you know Louise Minchin, she actually said once that I reminded her of her golden retriever, so... Take that as you will.
Well, I love golden retrievers.
Janet, cinnamon roll man or...
No, I'm more of a buffet, mixed buffet. I don't think I've ever been out with anyone nice. That's nice.
Never,
I mean,
no,
nice,
if
I
you're
want
not
trouble.
nice.
No.
It would be awful,
you want a
wouldn't it, if they were
challenge,
nice?
don't
I want a challenge, I want a
If they were
sense of
too nice,
humour.
you'd eat them alive, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah.
You would?
Like cinnamon roll,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Well, I don't actually like cinnamon rolls. I think they're a bit...
I'll have yours.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, the blokes in my life have had nothing in common. So there's been sausage roll man, rock cake, focaccia, ciabatta man,
Sorry, the list
sourdough.
goes on for quite a long time. and I
Okay,
haven't
no,
got time to listen to the whole list.
What I want to know
we've
is
only got half an hour.
what's a current bun man?
Yeah, got to go now. The racing's on today, that's why, but we will be back tomorrow at 12:30. Have a great afternoon. Anyway, what were you saying about current bun man?